October 7th, Brazilians will go to the polls in a first round of elections for a new president of the republic, 27 state governors, 2/3 of the federal Senate, the entire membership of the Federal Chamber of Deputies, and of state legislatures. 13 candidates are running for the presidency, more than in any election since 1989. In 2010, a popular initiative bearing the signatures of 1,600,000 citizens and stipulating that individuals condemned by an appeals court shall remain ineligible for public office for a period of 8 years was unanimously enacted by Brazil's Congress and sanctioned by then-President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. An appeals court has since sentenced Lula to 12 years in prison for crimes of corruption and money laundering, and, for this reason, registration of his candidature was rejected by the High Electoral Court. His Workers' Party, PT, is now backing Fernando Haddad, a former mayor of the city of São Paulo, in its bid for the presidency, with Manuela Dávila of the Communist Party of Brazil as his vice presidential running mate. On the opposite extreme is Jair Bolsonaro, a former army captain who voices extreme right-wing views, paeans to the military regime that held power from 1964 to 1985, and radical proposals for combating violence. His campaign symbol is a revolver. With the PT and Bolsonaro pushing left and right to extremes, the challenge for center-right parties is to attract voters to the middle ground. Democratas is supporting the candidature of Geraldo Alckmin, a centrist social democrat. Alckmin served 4 terms as governor of São Paulo, Brazil's most developed state. His challenge is to overcome widespread rejection of traditional politics and downplay ties to the administration of Michel Temer, the most unpopular president in Brazil's history. A survey by Datafolha, a polling institute linked to Folha de São Paulo newspaper, places Bolsonaro in the lead, well ahead of the left-wing former governor of Ceará, Ciro Gomes, environmental activist Marina Silva, Geraldo Alckmin, and the PT's candidate, Fernando Haddad, who are running practically neck and neck. It also shows that Bolsonaro and Haddad have the highest voter rejection rates. In conclusion, with less than 20 days to go before the general election, Brazil's political panorama remains as yet undefined. None of the presidential candidates is likely to win by a simple majority of valid votes, and thus, on October 28th, a runoff will be held to choose between the 2 frontrunners. In view of the crisis of political representation, high abstention rates may also affect the results, thus further exacerbating the climate of uncertainty. Regardless of the final outcome, Democratas will have significant representation in Congress and will strive to preserve Brazil's political and economic stability.